Okay, I've aroused Terry from his slumbers in order to discuss something. Okay, so there's the front area. This room, as you remember, this entire base system dropped right dramatically. We're right in the midst of raising that up. It's going very, very well, and we're finding not as much dry rot as we feared, so that's a good sign. So I'm just showing you a temporary post we're using to help lift everything up. This system right here that somebody had added to help provide support needs to be there in a sense of there's got to be some support, but it doesn't have to be drop down so much. We don't have to have these verticals. We can just move this one up. We can put something else, an engineered beam across here. You know, there's a lot of different things we can do. And so the question becomes, what do you want it to look like visually? Because obviously if both sides of this were covered in drywall, it would be a large visual thing in the room. It comes close to, but doesn't quite match this one, but we could make it. If you wanted this amount of drop between these two rooms to be the same here, you know, that's a very valid thing. There's no drop in this one. So I'll go in here with Terry. We do notice that there used to be something going across from there over to here. And at that time, go ahead and measure down there, Terry. Not that we have to match that one, but when it was done, what do you get?
17.5 inches.
Okay, it dropped 17, 18 inches. Okay, the one right here is dropping
About 32 inches.
Okay, go ahead and hit this one right here.
So about 31, 32.
Okay. And so we're going to go upstairs, show the similar areas upstairs, how much they drop, and then you guys can design how you want this one in particular. And all of them can be changed, but you know how you want that. Do want to point out, it's a pretty minor thing, but this ceiling is higher than this ceiling. And by, I don't know, what can you see there? 6 inches. So, and it doesn't have to be, but well, in a way it does. It would be very difficult to raise this the last 6 inches, so I don't really think that's really much of a big deal unless you guys do. Okay, just chatting a little more with Terry. Actually, it's not that big a deal. We're looking up through the labs. It's simply been dropped by an extra 2x6. So, okay, if you wanted, if it was important, or we could start, of course, we're going to be taking these labs off anyway, and then we'll just know more as to why that's done that way and if it really is a problem or not. So that'll just be a future video of, do we want these ceilings to be the same going across, or having a little step on either side of whatever support we put here. We'll just put that on hold. Okay, we're upstairs in the middle bedroom. That same bay window system that used to just dramatically fail has now been brought up almost straight. So there's this support right here. How much does it drop?
9, 10 inches.
And how much on this side?
It was basically inadequate, technically 8 inches.
Okay. What Terry meant by inadequate is this beam right here, it has a bow in it. And whether the beam itself was just undersized, or in addition, a past rot, ceiling roof failure and some, rot that was then fixed, weakened this beam, and it's been repaired with some plywood on either side. So we'll probably end up wanting to replace this and get it back to where it doesn't have that bow, and really do this area right. It won't be that big a deal, but that'll be the question. Hey, how much drop do you want? Because sure, we can't be any thinner than the beam required to do the support, but we can always be bigger by, facade and adding boards and, a variety of methods. So there'll be it can't be any thinner than that. It'll end up being most likely have to be a little thicker, but you can make it a lot more of a drop. Although this room, doesn't have that massive feel like right below us. I don't think you would want it to be a huge drop. Okay, we're in that front bedroom. We haven't pulled the louds off yet. Terry is showing that we have a 9-inch drop on this side, and pretty much the same on this side, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Minus those.
Yeah, minus the loud and that kind of thing. And I caught the lovely Jane on film. Okay, so once again, as you transition into the bay window system, there's always some kind of thing here. Just the one right below us doesn't have one.
Probably took it out when they lowered that ceiling.
Yeah, could have been. And so, most likely we'll want to put it back. It doesn't have to be. It's not part of the reason why that has slumped forwards. But anyway, just need some answers, most likely on the right below us. Do you want that one to have something, and then the one that is below on the side? What do we want size-wise down there, or do you even care? Okay, there we go. Oh, we'll go outside, show you some shots. Alrighty. There's Steve Hicks, who's helping us. Oh, there's the upstairs, the downstairs side bay. You can see how much was needed. It's almost level right now. We're just giving it a little bit of time to kind of settle into place and have to do a little minor jogging. Anyway, little rot right there, just a little rot in various places. Somebody else has obviously gotten in here, not that, decades ago, but not too long ago, and put all these freshly in. So I wanted to show this was touching this before we started. That's how much they've raised that. And you can see this starts as almost 0 and ends up quite the drop. Now it's pretty dark under here. Don't know if you can see much. Alrighty, so we used the laser, and Terry's going to point. They shot.
We did a test height here, and all the way around, and all the way to the far side here, and it was plus or minus 1/8 of an inch.
To where did you go on this side?
Right to about right there.
Very nice. So with the exception of the bay foundation system that kind of failed and caused all this to slump, the actual main house foundation and framing and siding and everything is with 1/8 of an inch from there to there. Very, very nice. And this will soon match.